Do you regret the way you've loved in the past? So when I was younger, I was with people romantically, platonically even, friendships, anyone who I think I was around prior to 2024, I kind of feel bad for because they didn't get the version of me who understood what's going on in here. I've not understood it, but I think I have a much clearer idea of what's operating, what makes me tick.
I feel like the future version of yourself will always have that kind of stance, isn't it?
Yeah. Hindsight.
Hindsight, but
Yeah, hindsight.
One of the reasons I kind of like held back from making videos for so long was, I'm probably gonna say or do something that I don't necessarily agree with in 2 years from now. For years, that was the reason why I didn't upload, by the way. For years, I thought, the person I am now isn't smart enough, isn't intellectual enough, doesn't have enough to say to be uploaded to YouTube. Person in 2 years from now, he will. When I've read this book, when I've done this thing, no. Now I feel like me and you, talking to both you and the audience, we might be a little bit harsh on ourselves than the average person, maybe. I see people that just do things the second they come to their mind. Like the second they get an idea, they execute. And I really wish I could be like them. I'm definitely not that kind of person. I calculate, I think far too long before I actually move. I procrastinate. I second guess myself. I doubt myself all the time. You know what I mean? But I've realized a lot of that is just an inevitable side effect of being this perfectionist creative that I am. You know what I mean? So if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't have you here right now. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I think I think maybe regret is a function of understanding the wrong decisions you made and having enough honesty with yourself to be better.
Yeah.
In my mind anyway, there's a threshold of regret. To dwell on regrets is a dangerous thing. To operate on the premise that because I did this wrong thing, I could not be redeemed, is to put yourself in a jail cell that will never allow you to truly become the person you could be, of believing that you could be better. Because you can be better. You can be better. I make mistakes and I'm going to keep making mistakes. It's almost like the best version of you isn't a perfect person, but a person who strives for greatness. Not greatness in the sense of doing great things, but greatness in the sense of you could be better.
Could you tell me specifically exactly what one of your biggest regrets are? Just anything, bro. Just anything you did.
My biggest regrets?
Yeah. What comes to mind?
There's one phrase that comes into my head.
Yeah, go on. But I need like an actual event.
All the events could be culminated into this one thing for me, which is not being my honest self. So many times,
really?
100%. So many times in my life, I've lied, I've falsified, I've over-exaggerated, I've underplayed parts of myself, assuming that those things will do me best in existing situations. I've interacted with people where I've overcooked or undercooked who I am because I assume that's what they want.
Yeah.
But what that's ended up doing is giving people a false image of who I am.
Yeah.
I've spoken too much. So I've said something that I didn't really mean because I feel like I have to be the type of person that talks a lot. And so this person now thinks of me a kind of way.
Why do you feel like that though? Just to therapize you further, a public therapy session, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you feel the need to talk more, maybe?
When I was 9 years old,
I
was put on a stage, a
you've told me the story.
valedictorian ceremony, and
story,
I spoke to a crowd and people laughed. And I was super confident and I was very nervous. But what people saw was this kid who's like funny and witty and intelligent and hilarious. And so I felt that to make people like me, I had to put on a performance because I was received best when I was putting on a performance at that specific point in my life. What I didn't realize was what people liked wasn't the performance, but who I was being in that moment, which was somebody who wasn't thinking about what I was doing, but just doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I like right now. That's why this works out, innit? You kind of balance that out in me, innit? Like I just think too much while I do stuff, and now.
What's your biggest regret?
My biggest regret, just being too hesitant, bro. I can't blame myself because I kind of know what kind of mind frame I was in at those times, and I can't understand it.
What mind frame was it? Tell it to the kids.
Just that of somebody who was othered. You know what I mean? I've never spent more than 4 years in the same school. I think I told you this.
Yeah.
I was filling out like a little application form for a scholarship that I might take next year, innit? And I was filling out my schooling history and I was looking at it before me. I was like, okay, cool. 2 years in Sudan, 1 year in Oxford. 2 years in Sudan again. 2 years here. Then I was like, yo, I was bouncing around a lot. Like, no wonder I'm a fucking mess, bro. Like,
That's one way to see it.
that's what I'm saying. Or no wonder I am the way I am. There you go. It's always negative self-talk, and I call myself doing it again, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, there are things about me that are actually pretty great, I feel like, as a result of that.
Result of, yep.
And the result of that, you know what I mean? But then, so once again, I can't blame myself too much for being the way that I am. Like, when you're a kid, you don't have that much control about what's happening to you. So you have to give yourself some level of compassion, I suppose, you know? But once again, there's definitely things that are my control at some point, you know what I mean? And just, even now, like, sometimes I think, yo, we should start making this channel like 3 years earlier. But we're doing it now, so it's all good. You know what I mean? But I guess that's it, yeah. Just being too hesitant, being too, just doubting myself too much before I actually shoot. If it wasn't for you, you're the reason this channel exists, you know? Remember that. You're the one that pushed me, you're the one that pushed me to finally start uploading this shit. You know what I'm saying? So.
We're here now, man. Don't regret regretting. That's my message for today.
Yeah.
Don't regret feeling bad about decisions. Don't feel bad that you feel bad about them. And don't act like they don't bother you either. Accept that you made those decisions and that formed you.
Wait, no. You should try to act like they, but not act like they don't bother you, but like you should recover your self-worth and just get over them at some point, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just keep it pushing.
Of course. But
start fine line between just pushing through it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pushing through.
And looking back and reflecting, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, like, you are a result of all the lessons you've learned over your life. It's good to have someone else in the world that you can bounce them off of to understand yourself better. An objective view is always better than a subjective one.
Always.
But trust yourself.
Yeah.
I've said this a lot on this channel, innit? Trust yourself.
Trust yourself, yeah.
Because it's such a hard thing to do, man. If you're watching this channel, you can probably relate to me.
Yeah.
I can probably relate to you.
Yeah.
And I bet you've had a lot of the thoughts that we're having right now.
Yeah, let me look at my phone.
Or you wouldn't like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Or you're gonna regret that. That'd be
a huge regret.
That'd be your biggest regret.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear to God, you know.
Yeah, you want to tell the people that you were there first. So trust yourself that the decision you're making is the right one. Because I struggle. I still struggle with that, man. The other day I struggled with trusting myself. I was going to make a decision, but I held myself back from making the decision for weeks because I thought, what if it's the wrong decision? But it's like there's a reason part of me believes that's the right decision. So trust it. Trust it. You know what I'm saying? Because you are an intelligent person, or you wouldn't have liked, commented, and subscribed.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
If you know what's right for you, if you're smart enough, you know we're going places. So you might want to like, comment, subscribe. Right?
You're coming places with us. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Is there anything you'd tell 18-year-old Mark?
I have that question right here. Funny enough,
Yeah.
I'll slap the shit out of him. To be honest, that's my honest answer.
Yeah.
But I'll tell him, you know what? The word is focus, man. It's focus. It's focus. But the truth is, when you're young, focus is one of the hardest things to have. But focus. What I'll tell 18-year-old me is there is a world out there for you if you just trusted the decisions you wanted to make that you think were good for you objectively and dial in on them. Focus. Work on, reiterate, realign, try again, fall on your face, stand up again until you make the right decision. I did a lot of hiding.
And what were you not doing then? They'd be like, yo, you have to do this, little nigga.
Honestly,
you're fucked up. Yeah.
Pick up that camera, bro.
For real, innit? Just look at the camera, just yap into it, you know what I'm saying?
Pick up the fucking camera.
Just bring up the camera, just yap into it, just put it out.
I had so many moments where there was hints of greatness, and I got so scared and I just backed away. You know what I mean? And that's a big fuck up, because I'm looking for that greatness again now.
Yeah.
And if I find it again, I'm gonna fucking dial in.
It's here, man.
I wanna dial the fucking.
Wallahi.
What would you tell 18-year-old you?
Quit being a bitch. No, I'm joking. Alright, yo, 18-year-old Ahmed Idris, yeah. Nigga, look at your screen time, bro. Spending way too much fucking time on your phone, bro. Do you think Kendrick Lamar was posting Snapchat stories and like wondering what people thought of them when he was your age? He wasn't, bro. He was just writing rhymes, innit? You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Yeah,
Do you think any of your heroes were like thinking about what other people thought of them? No, it's just, listen. The people around you are temporary. You have more control over your reality than you realize you do. So start building that shit, nigga.
Yeah. You
have more autonomy than you really think you do, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That's real. Yeah. Pragmatic advice. 18-year-old Mark. 18-year-old whoever you are. I would say they like you, bro. Not because you did that thing. Not because you spoke that way. People just fucking liked you, bro. The people who are around you, who are really around you. Not the people who are like, hi, bye. You know who I'm talking about. The ones who call you every day. The ones who check up on you. The ones that talk to you. They just like you, bro. So stop assuming that the image you're showing them is what they like. No. People like your most authentic self. So give them more of that. And there's people who will hate that. But those aren't the people we're talking to. Those aren't the people we want around us.
Yeah, the people, yeah. 18-year-old me, listen, bro. There are people that are destined to hate you, so you might as well start like pissing them off like right now.
Facts.
Whoever's like meant to hate you is gonna hate you. So just start doing the things that's gonna make them hate you and just get it over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you can now like get through that hurdle of like worrying about people hating you and like start finding people that don't hate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, also, everybody don't judge people too quickly. Like everybody you come in contact with has something to teach you, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is like a gold mine that some people you have to like drill into them a little harder than others. Pause. That sound crazy.
Pause. No Diddy or Philly.
It sounded crazy. But everybody has something. Because I feel like when I was younger, I judged people too quickly. Like, oh, this guy doesn't know nothing about fucking A-level physics, man. Why would I listen to him?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like everybody has something to teach you, you feel me? Like, just gotta ask the right questions.
Purpose, doesn't exist.
Purpose, what do you mean?
Purpose doesn't exist. It's something you create for yourself. It's not something that's been bestowed on you before you were born. Yeah, you walk through life assuming that there is something out there in the world that you haven't found yet that's gonna make you something. The truth is, what you are doing now dictates what happens tomorrow. That's the objective truth of the world. If you throw a stone, it's gonna hit someone. Or it's gonna hit a bottle or whatever you're aiming for.
Or might just fly off into the ether.
Into the ether. It's not a thing out of your control. The greater plan of existence is purely in your hands. And there's some things you can't control. And that's okay. What can you control and are you controlling it?
Yeah, man. What can you control and are you controlling it? Be honest with yourself.
Because you're a transformer.
You're a transformer.
Facts. Shout out to Bumblebee and
apparently.
Shout out to interesting people, hilarious people, honest people, funny people, black people, white people, Asian people, physics students, comp sci students, finance people, capitalists, communists, people who are struggling. I see you. I promise you it will get better because that's just how life goes.
Up and down like a tsunami.
Yeah. Shout out to Forecast. Shout out to subscribers, likes and comments. And if you haven't subscribed at this point, what are you doing?
What are you doing, bro?
What are you doing?